What if I told you that the most powerful force in the universe isn't something you can see, but something you can hear? That ancient civilizations possessed knowledge of sound frequency so profound that they could manipulate physical reality, heal the incurable, and communicate with realms beyond our perception. The truth about sound has been hidden from you, not just by time and ignorance, but deliberately, by those who understand its true power. From the Sanskrit mantras that rewire human consciousness to the secret chamber resonances of the Great Pyramid, from the lost science of cymatics to the quantum mechanics of intention-amplified vibration, today we unveil the complete truth about sacred sound codes and how they've shaped reality since the dawn of existence. This isn't speculation. This is the last video you'll ever need on how frequency literally transforms reality at its most fundamental level. Welcome, seekers of truth, to Eternal Light Academy. I am your guide on this journey through the veiled realms of sacred knowledge. For thousands of years, across every ancient civilization, there exists a common thread of wisdom. That sound is not merely a sensory experience, but a primordial creative force. The Egyptians called it Heka, the Greeks Logos, the Hindus Nada Brahma, the Chinese Qi, all pointing to the same fundamental truth that reality itself springs from vibrational frequency. Modern science has finally caught up to what the ancients always knew. Quantum physics confirms that at its most fundamental level, all matter is simply vibrating energy. Nothing in this universe is truly solid. Everything, including your body, your thoughts, and the physical world around you, exists as oscillating patterns of energy at different frequencies. But what the mainstream scientific establishment won't tell you is that this knowledge was never lost. It was safeguarded in esoteric traditions and hidden temples, preserved in sacred texts and oral traditions by those who understood its immense power. Today we'll explore how sacred sound codes have been used throughout history to heal the body, expand consciousness, and literally reshape physical reality. We'll decode the mathematical patterns behind these frequencies and reveal practical methods of harnessing these vibrations in your own life. The science of vibration. Before we delve into ancient wisdom, we must understand the modern scientific basis of frequency and vibration. Everything in existence vibrates at a specific frequency. These vibrations aren't random, but follow precise mathematical patterns. The study of cymatics, which visualizes sound frequencies through particles on vibrating surfaces, reveals that different frequencies create distinct geometric patterns. These aren't arbitrary formations, but precise sacred geometrical shapes, hexagons, pentagrams, mandalas, and flower of life patterns. When Dr. Hans Jenny first documented these cymatic patterns in the 1960s, he was astonished to discover that they mirrored the same sacred symbols found in temples, churches, and ancient sites worldwide. This wasn't coincidence. The ancients understood vibrational physics long before modern instruments could measure it. At the quantum level, particles exist as probability waves until observed. These waves are nothing more than frequency patterns. The observer effect in quantum mechanics demonstrates that consciousness itself interacts with these probability waves, collapsing them into physical reality. What mainstream science won't acknowledge is that this is precisely how sound intention, and consciousness work together to manifest reality. The human body itself is a symphony of frequencies. Every organ, tissue, and cell vibrates at specific resonant frequencies. When these frequencies fall out of harmony, disease manifests. This isn't alternative theory, it's measurable science. Researchers have identified specific frequency signatures for healthy tissues versus diseased ones. But there's more. The brain operates across different frequency bands: delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma waves. Ancient sound healers knew how to entrain these brain waves using specific tones long before EEG machines could measure them. Through a process called frequency following response, external sound frequencies can literally reprogram neural oscillation patterns. Ancient sound technologies. Now let's explore how ancient civilizations applied this vibrational science with a sophistication that, in many ways, surpasses our modern understanding. In Egypt, hieroglyphs weren't merely written symbols, but encoded sound frequencies. The priests and priestesses of ancient Egypt created shemana, technological devices that utilized specific tonal sequences to alter states of consciousness. The resonant chambers within the Great Pyramid were acoustically engineered to amplify specific frequencies that facilitated interdimensional communication. Archaeological evidence from the pyramid's king's chamber reveals precise dimensions that create a resonant frequency of 111 Hz, a tone that has been proven in modern studies to temporarily deactivate the language center of the brain and activate right hemisphere intuitive awareness. This isn't coincidence. It's sacred acoustic engineering. In ancient India, Sanskrit mantras were formulated as precise vibrational formulas. The 51 Sanskrit letters represent the complete spectrum of sound vibrations possible through the human vocal apparatus. Each mantra creates specific energy patterns that affect not only the physical body, but also the subtle energy fields surrounding it. The mantra Om vibrates at 432 Hz, a frequency mathematically consistent with the vibrations of everything in nature. Modern analysis has confirmed that reciting Om synchronizes brain hemispheres and induces coherent brainwave states. Ancient Tibetan singing bowls, crafted from 7 sacred metals corresponding to celestial bodies, produce complex harmonic overtones that realign the body's energy centers. Acoustic analysis has shown these bowls produce not just fundamental tones, but complex harmonic structures that create standing wave patterns within water and living tissue. Even more remarkable, archaeological discoveries in South America have unearthed whistling vessels and lithophones, stone instruments, calibrated to specific frequencies that induce altered states of consciousness. Chemical analysis of residue within these vessels suggests they were used in conjunction with psychoactive plants, a sophisticated technology for navigating realities beyond the physical. The mathematics of sacred sound. The power of sacred sound isn't merely spiritual, it's mathematical. Hidden within these ancient sound technologies are precise numerical codes that reveal the underlying structure of creation itself. The solfeggio frequencies, ancient tonal scales used in sacred music, correspond to specific numerical patterns. The original solfeggio scale, 396 Hz, 417 Hz, 528 Hz, 639 Hz, 741 Hz, and 852 Hz. wasn't arbitrary but mathematically derived using a system called Pythagorean scheme. These frequencies follow a precise number reduction pattern where all numbers reduce to 3, 6, or 9, the key numbers in Tesla's understanding of the universe. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe, Tesla reportedly said. The frequency 528 Hz, known as the miracle tone, has been shown to repair DNA and increase cellular energy by up to 20%. Scientists have documented its effect on water molecules, creating perfectly symmetrical hexagonal structures similar to those found in healthy biological systems. The golden ratio, phi 1.618, appears consistently in the harmonic relationships of sacred sounds. This ratio, found throughout nature from spiral galaxies to the human body, emerges naturally in the overtone series of instruments specifically designed for sacred sound healing. Ancient temples and sacred sites worldwide were constructed using this acoustic mathematical knowledge. They function as resonant chambers, amplifying specific frequencies. Archaeoacoustic researchers have measured standing wave patterns in chambers of Newgrange in Ireland, Chavén de Huántar in Peru, and underground chambers in Malta that precisely match human brainwave patterns in deep meditative states. Reality manipulation through sound. Now we arrive at the most profound aspect of sacred sound codes: their ability to literally reshape physical reality. Sound doesn't just affect matter. At the quantum level, it creates matter. Experiments in laboratories worldwide have demonstrated that specific frequencies can organize random particles into coherent patterns. This process, known as sonofusion or acoustic inertial confinement, shows how sound waves can create microscopic imploding bubbles that release bursts of energy and light, literally creating matter from sound. The ancients understood this principle when they spoke of creation through divine utterance. In the beginning was the Word isn't metaphorical. It's describing vibrational physics. The Monroe Institute and other research organizations have documented how specific sound frequencies induce coherent consciousness states that allow practitioners to perceive and interact with aspects of reality normally invisible to ordinary awareness. These aren't hallucinations but accessible dimensions of reality that operate at different frequency ranges. Water, which comprises over 70% of your body, is especially responsive to frequency imprinting. Dr. Masaru Emoto's controversial research demonstrated how water molecules physically reorganize in response to specific sounds, words, and intentions. Critics who dismiss his work ignore the fundamental quantum principle that consciousness affects physical systems through vibrational resonance. Even more astonishing, Russian scientists at the Institute of HeartMath have measured how human DNA physically responds to frequency patterns in human speech. Specific vocal patterns can activate or deactivate DNA expression, literally reprogramming genetic material through sound. Practical applications. This knowledge isn't meant to remain theoretical. Here are practical ways to apply sacred sound codes in your own life. Firstly, understand that your voice is a powerful frequency generator. Ancient traditions emphasize specific vowel sounds that resonate with different energy centers in the body. The vowel UH, as in cup, resonates with the root chakra. OO, as in you, with the sacral chakra. OH, with the solar plexus. AH, with the heart. I with a throat, AY with a third eye, and E with a crown. By intoning these sounds while focusing attention on the corresponding body areas, you can literally tune your energetic systems to optimal frequencies. Secondly, 432 Hz music has been shown to synchronize with the human energy field, producing measurable effects on heart rate variability and brainwave coherence. Retuning your listening environment to music calibrated to this frequency rather than the standard 440 Hz can gradually realign your entire energy system. Thirdly, using tuning forks calibrated to the solfeggio frequencies provides precise vibrational medicine for specific conditions. The 528 Hz frequency targets DNA repair, while 396 Hz addresses fear-based patterns, and 639 Hz harmonizes interpersonal connections. Perhaps most practically, coherent intention amplified through vocalized sound creates powerful manifestation fields. Ancient Egyptian and Tibetan traditions taught specific tonal sequences combined with visualization that demonstrably affect probability fields at the quantum level. The suppressed history. We must address why this knowledge has been systematically suppressed throughout history. In 1939, the international standard pitch of A equals 440 Hz was adopted worldwide, replacing the natural harmonic frequency of A equals 432 Hz. This wasn't arbitrary. Declassified documents reveal this change was implemented after research showed that 440 Hz creates slight tension in the listener, while 432 Hz produces harmonic resonance with natural systems. Throughout history, those who possessed advanced knowledge of sound frequencies were persecuted. The Knights Templar, guardians of esoteric sound science, were brutally suppressed. Ancient mystery schools that taught acoustic manifestation techniques were systematically dismantled. Even today, research into frequency healing faces institutional resistance despite compelling evidence of its efficacy. The reason is simple. Sound healing cannot be patented or controlled. It represents the democratization of healing and manifestation technologies that would disrupt multiple industries. The science of sacred sound isn't pseudoscience. It's precognitive science, knowledge that existed millennia before we developed instruments sensitive enough to measure and validate it. As you integrate these frequency teachings into your life, remember that you are fundamentally a vibrational being. Every thought, emotion, and intention emits a frequency signature that interacts with the quantum field. By consciously directing your energetic emissions through sacred sound techniques, you reclaim your power as a conscious creator of reality. The ancient Egyptian concept of kaibit, the shadow self, refers to disharmonious frequency patterns that create discord in your life. Through sacred sound technologies, these patterns can be harmonized and transmuted. We stand at a pivotal moment in human history, the convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science, revealing that the most powerful technology for transformation isn't external, but within your own vocal apparatus and conscious intention. I invite you to experiment with the sacred sound codes we've explored today. Notice how different frequencies affect your consciousness, your emotional state, and over time, the very fabric of your reality. Remember, in the beginning was vibration, and through vibration, all things are made new. Until next time, May your frequency rise to meet the highest harmonics of creation. If you've resonated with this knowledge, become part of our community by subscribing to Eternal Light Academy. Share this video with those ready to understand the vibrational nature of existence. The ancient mystery schools required years of initiation before revealing these sound codes. Today, this wisdom returns to humanity when we need it most. The question is, are you ready to wield the creative power of sacred sound? Until our frequencies align again, remember, everything is vibration,